allegiance to the flag of the States and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Morning, everybody. Morning. Keeping note, this meeting is being recorded. We have a full house today. That's exciting. Let's start down there with Mr. Moore and start with introductions, please.
Calvin Moore, IT Director.
Lieutenant Berger, 911 Coordinator. Terry Notarianni, Quality Assurance Supervisor.
Jimmy Troy, Executive Director on Central.
Marilyn Seco, the Courier Express and the Daily Press.
Matthew Fry, Elk County Treasurer.
Rick Brown, Elk County Solicitor.
Greg DeBauer, Elk County Commissioner.
Fritz Slicker, Elk County Commissioner.
Matt Quisenberry, Elk County Commissioner. Pat Straub, Elk County Chief Clerk.
Emily Andrews, Office Administrator.
Becky Taylor, Elk County Planning. Nancy Zamorowski, Elk County Assessment Office. Darla Dipple, Elk County Assessment Office.
Karen Dingsler, Penn Highlands Healthcare Government Relations Director.
Thank you.
And our ladies in the back there.
Sam and Terry Browen.
Thank you. Okay, we have an agenda in front of us. Look for a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
So moved.
Motion, look for a second.
Second.
We have a motion and a second properly made. All those, any other questions, comments, or discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. We also have in front of us the minutes of the April 3rd, 2025 Commissioner meeting. I was excused from that meeting, but I would like to look for a motion to approve those minutes as presented.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Thank you. Motion carries. Okay, first on our agenda, we have a presentation. Today is National Public Telecommunicators Week. So we have Roseanne Ernstberger and Terry Notarianni. Thank you. Here from our 911 office. So thanks for being here. We do have a proclamation. So we appreciate the work that you folks do. I'll just read this quickly. Whereas the 911 service is the lifeline that people depend on in emergency situations, and public safety telecommunicators are the first contact with those who use the 911 emergency number. And whereas when an emergency occurs, the prompt response of field responders, including police officers, firefighters, paramedics, and mental health crisis counselors, is critical to the protection of life and preservation of property. And whereas public safety telecommunicators are responsible for engaging with callers who are often under duress and in danger in order to obtain necessary information and determine the severity of the emergency, and are also responsible for dispatching field response personnel and managing the ongoing incident. Whereas public safety telecommunicators are critical to the safety of field responders, and public safety telecommunicators, technology specialists, and support staff have the greatest concern for the well-being of all and for the safety of field responders. And whereas each public safety telecommunicator has exhibited compassion, understanding, and professionalism during the performance of their job in the past year. Whereas the County of Elk is extremely fortunate to have the dedicated and professional employees who work at our 911 center and who care about the welfare of the Elk County residents. Now therefore be it resolved that the County of Elk Commissioners declare that April 13th through April 19th, 2025 shall be recognized as National Public Safety Telecommunicator Week in Elk County. So congratulations. Thank you for all the hard work you do up there on Montmorency. We really, truly appreciate each and every one of you. Gentlemen, anything to add?
Yeah, just as an emergency responder myself of the EMS service, fire service in the county and City of St. Mary's EMA coordinator, I personally want to thank you guys, relay it to all your staff. You guys are a vital part of the emergency chain, as we call it. You guys are the first people to take those calls of distress and relay that, and then dispatch us and relay that information on, but you're also, a big responsibility is you guys are also the ones that help keep us safe out there by relaying the proper info to us on, what is going on a particular scene that we might be arriving on. So, I know sometimes you guys go unnoticed to the public, because you're not right there out in the field, but I do wanna say, as far as the emergency services go, as far as our fire department and ambulance service, you guys are recognized as being a vital part of the team, so thank you.
Thank you.
A lot can go wrong. And the fact that you all do the work that you do on such a quiet level, things are happening and people are getting the help that they need is certainly speaks to the professionalism of the people up there. If anybody's ever dialed 911, I have. It's a little bit disconcerting. You're in the midst of something and to have somebody else there on the line who's calmly walking you through and asking you the questions and doing what's necessary is indispensable. So for the work that you do, we do appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. So I would look for a motion to approve this proclamation. You make that motion. I will second that. The motion is second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. So we do have a proclamation, and I'm guessing Marilyn would like a photo for the newspaper. You ladies are welcome to stay. Do you need to leave for any reason? Okay, we can do the photo after the meeting. Motion carries. So again, thank you. Okay. Resolutions. We have resolution 2025-03. It's a request from our planning department for modifications to the fiscal year 2024 CDBG application. And it's a resolution. I'll just read a tiny part of it. Whereas the Pennsylvania Department of Community and Economic Development provided a grant to the County of Elk under fiscal year 2024 CDBG program to address the housing, community, and economic needs in the county. And whereas the fiscal year 2024 application is being modified to delete the Jones Township water meter project and to allocate the project funding $120,636 to the Johnsonburg Borough Market Street Slum and Blight project and the Johnsonburg Borough Bridge Street sidewalk project in the amount of $16,575 and $104,061 respectively, which has been prepared and has been available for public examination in accordance with the public notice. So this is just a change. So Becky Taylor, would you like to say anything else about it?
For the fiscal year 2024 application, for the Elk County entitlement, we received 3 applications. The Jones Township water meter project was found to be ineligible through DCED. So we took that funding and were able to fund the other 2 projects in full using that money.
Great, thank you. And I think in our conversation, you said that they may reapply for the project.
Yes, they're currently working on a survey to an attempt to apply for 2025 funding.
Sounds great. Any questions, comments, gentlemen?
No.
Look for a motion to approve resolution number 2025-03.
So
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, motion carries. Thank you. Next resolution number 2025-04. Again, a request by our planning department for modification to the fiscal year 2021 CDBG application. And I'll just read 2 paragraphs, 1 paragraph. Whereas the fiscal year 2021 application is being modified to decrease the Johnsonburg West Center stormwater project in the amount of $16,155.54 to add the Johnsonburg Business District Sidewalk project and allocate this project the $16,155.54, which has been prepared and been available for public examination in accordance with public notice. And again, Becky, I'm sorry I didn't acknowledge you. Becky's our CDBG coordinator here at the County of Elk. Anything to add to this?
No, this is just a small sidewalk project. I think it's 960 square feet, located on Bridge Street. So that project funding, which is 16,155.54, will be used for that project.
Thank you. Any other questions, comments? Look for a motion to approve resolution number 2025-04.
So,
A motion
Second.
and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Under old business, we have old business number 1 and number 2. They both involve our assessment department. We have some ladies from our assessment department here today to help us clarify any questions. We will discuss these separately and then vote on them together because they are codependent on each other. So under old business number 1, it's a request by our assessment department for a new contract with Vision Government Solutions Incorporated for Vision 8 CAMA, which is computer assisted mass appraisal software purchase, implementation and training for a one-time fee of $169,200. This old business was on our previous commissioners meeting and it was tabled. Since that time, we have done some more working with Vision, and we have a new modified amount for the software purchase, implementation and training. The modified amount is $188,000. So change there to that amount from last time. I'll throw this first one to our chief clerk, Pat Straub, for a little more information, and then perhaps we'll go to assessment.
So just to clarify, the modified amount is actually the 169,200 for the software itself for number 1. And then there's the fees, as we mentioned here below, on number 2. So I'm just gonna give a kind of a high level view, and then we have Darla Dipple, who's the Vision project manager on this, and we've got Nancy Zamorowski, who might also have a few comments. But yeah, over the past 2 weeks, we've sort of finalized our package. We've vetted out a few more add-ons that we thought were valuable to the county. So we've got our request finalized. This has been I talked a little bit about this at the last meeting, but this project has been at least a 2-year in the making vetting process. We look very hard at the processes that we use in the assessment department and maybe how we can do things better. We picked the Vision team because they have a great team. They're the industry leader. They're very highly recommended by the counties that use it. And those include, which we've talked to, Tioga, Lawrence, Snyder, and 2 neighboring counties, Jefferson and Warren, all use it, like it, and recommend it. So it really moves us from about the 1980s workflow into a much more streamlined, all integrated system for 2025. Everything's at your fingertips. All the information you need to properly assess properties is there. Your mapping data, your sketches, your property data, Eagle Flyover data, it's all available. So it sort of takes a little bit of the field time out, but this is a web-based product, so it's not only accessible by office personnel, but you can take it in the field, use any device to get what you need. It's really a significant productivity tool. It combines all the existing programs. We have a lot of paper processes, property cards and those kind of things when you need to pull those and copy them, scan them, get them to the realtor. So it's a very clunky process. This again automates all that. Brings in new permitting data, it imports the parcel maps, maintains the property cards, the sketching, imports topography maps and our satellite data. It is a significant cost for the county, and that was looked at very hard. but it also produces significant results. And I feel, in my opinion, it really leverages our limited resources and our valuable assessor staff. They're hard to come by, and we don't want to turn them into clerks. We can use them at a much higher level with software like this. From a fiscal standpoint, this whole entire Vision 8 purchase actually qualifies for Act 13 funding, so it wouldn't actually be a direct county expense, but it would be eligible for funding under that program. So that's kind of the high level view. Darla, again, is our project manager, if you have anything to add.
I just have Vision Camera software, the One Map and Data Scout platforms will enhance the productivity and efficiency of both the assessment and GIS maps. Another would be eventually both platforms will also be available online for public access. That's what.
Thank you, Darla. So again, this has been a huge, laborious undertaking for the past couple of years, but as our chief clerk noted, we're taking this department from the 1980s processes into the new technology. So we're excited. We're excited.
We appreciate the cooperation. I know change is difficult, and that's probably part of the reason, other than the expense, that we haven't pursued this in the past. But we have people that are committed to see this through, and it'll be a much better product. So future CPEs are thanking you right now for this work that you're undertaking.
Great, thank you. So old business number 2 is intertwined with old business number 1. Old business number 2 is the request by our assessment department for a new contract with Vision Government Solutions Inc. for Vision 8 CAMA software for an annual subscription fee of $35,775 and an annual subscription fees for add-on services such as One Map Assessor Extension, One Map Addressing Extension, and Data Scout web hosting for $32,750. So this amount is different from what was discussed at our last meeting. So note the new amounts, and also includes cloud hosting for an additional $12,000. So Pat, over to you.
I think I've made my remarks. Again, that's the package that goes with the Vision 8 program. Again, each one of these, again, come with a price tag, but we wouldn't be buying them if they didn't have a specific use within our department and value to the county. So I would recommend that we approve what's presented.
Thank you. Anything to add? Okay, you would agree. Thank you. Okay, so I look for a motion to approve old business number 1 for modified amount of $188,000 and new business number 2 for Vision 8 CAMA software and the add-on services as listed in our agenda. Look for a motion.
You said 188, that wasn't,
That was the old
Yeah,
amount.
just to clarify.
you want to approve the 169.
Thank you. I circled the 188. Yes.
With that clarification.
Thank you,
I would
Nancy.
make a motion to approve old business number 1 and number 2.
We have a motion. I'll second that. Any other questions, comments, discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor approving old business number 1 and number 2 signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you. So new business, another request by our assessment department. Yeah, assessment's busy. For an upgrade to a contract between RBA Professional Data Systems and Elk County for e-delinquent management software in the amount of $11,650, which is a one-time license fee. Excuse me. Annual maintenance amount for this contract is $17,500, which will be prorated based on the installation date. Mr. Chief Clerk, anything to add here?
This is basically just an upgrade. They're moving from a DOS-based system to a web-based system. They're marketing that as a new product to new customers. We happen to be a long-time existing customer who we've already paid a substantial fee going into this year, so this is the marginal increase for the first year, and then it's got a annual maintenance fee of $17,500. The e-delinquent software is kind of confusing, but the CAMA part is all of the upfront assessing part up to the point of billing. And then RBA, which is another one of our vendors, steps in, and the other request has to do with those folks also. But this handles all of the tax claim data. So when people don't pay their real estate taxes, this system assists the assessment department with and tax claims office with managing those claims and numbers and reports and notifications. So.
Thank you. Anything to add from our assessment folk? Okay, I look for a motion to approve new business number 1, to upgrade our contract between RBA with the county for e-delinquent management software in the amount of $11,650, one-time fee, and an annual maintenance contract prorated at $17,500, prorated based on the install date. Look for a motion.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, motion carries. Thank you. New business number 2, request by our assessment department for an upgrade to contract between RBA Professional Data Systems and the County of Elk for tax management software in the amount of $11,650 one-time fee, plus annual maintenance at $11,250, which will be prorated on install date. Anything else to add on that, Mr. Chief Clerk?
No, more of the same story. This module, and maybe Nancy, you can clarify, but this is the software that the tax collectors are using to manage after the bills are dropped, they have access into a limited part of our system to make modifications and so forth. So, if you have anything to add on that?
No.
Okay.
Great. So again, another step bringing our department up to today's technology. Look for a motion to approve new business number 2.
So moved.
We have a motion
Second.
and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, motion carries. New business number 3, a request by our assessment department for contract agreement between RBA Professional Data Systems and County of Elk to perform all third-party real estate and per capita tax billing services, to include verify information on tax bills, update and maintain billing information, obtain current millage rates from all taxing districts, verify counts and assess values to match certified assessment fee, and prepare all PDF files for export to print vendor. Cost for the first year is $2,092.50. So this is an additional project. First, I'll go to our chief clerk, and then we'll ask project manager Nancy Zambrowski if she has anything to add.
So again, between the CAMA system and next step would be the billing. So the county is responsible for our own billing. RBA is going to come in and assist us with dropping the bills for all of the other municipalities. I guess tradition goes back a long way on this, but the county has been sort of the intermediary, the vendor. We're basically an outside vendor to the other taxing bodies in that we help verify all of the amounts and interface with the billing company to check and verify that all of their amounts are correct. In my opinion, I don't think we're getting fairly compensated for that. So we reached out for a third-party vendor to have them bill us for that service, with the service that they're providing to a third party. And then we would just pass these fees that are, as we are billed, we would pass them on to the appropriate municipality and sort of step back from being involved in that. Our chief assessor, Tyler Daniels, tends to spend a lot of time on this. And again, we've got other projects like the vision project and, some other bigger items that, could use his time maybe better than some of this, so we're just trying to outsource this basically, so that's all I have.
Hopefully the final piece to updating the department. Nancy, anything to add?
No, he said it all.
Okay, great. So any other questions, comments, discussion? Hearing none, I'll look for a motion and a second to approve new business number 3 for the third-party billing agreement with RBA.
I'll make the motion.
Have motion and second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Motion carries. Thank you. Thank you, ladies. New business number 4, application for an allocation of county liquid fuel tax funds in the amount of $7,000 each. We have 4 requests. Again, this is the funds that we receive annually from the state, and we're required to pass them through to our municipalities. The municipalities have to file an application with PennDOT for their specific project. PennDOT approves it, then they submit that certificate to us with a request for payment. So new business number 4. 4A is a request by Millstone Township to purchase stone. 4B is a request by Benezet Township to provide a 2A top coat on Porcupine Road. New business 4C is a request by Fox Township to use their funds for paving projects. And new business 4D is a request by Jones Township for PA 2A limestone contract. So look for a motion to approve these application requests for payments. So moved, and I'll second that. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you. There's no correspondence today. Under good of the county, we welcome and encourage the public to attend our meetings. County offices will be closed tomorrow in honor of Good Friday. The National Day of Prayer is Thursday, May 1st, 2025. A service will be held at the Methodist Church Pavilion on South Michael Road in St. Mary's at 6:30 p.m. The America 250 PA Liberty Bell is currently at the Elk County Catholic Elementary School. So this week last week it's at the elementary school. Next week it goes to Elk Catholic Middle and High School. And then after that, following week it goes to St. Leo's School in Ridgeway. And then we will be starting at the libraries. So we're almost done with the schools. Will have been 11 buildings that our maintenance department has delivered the bell, picked it up, and delivered it to the next place. So we really appreciate.
Don't forget the homeschoolers too.
Yeah, and the homeschoolers will be coming here to splatter the bell in our building later this summer. So the Bell Project has been a really wonderful program. We sort of took on a big undertaking with this. Other counties just had one artist decorate their bell, but in Elk County, we wanted to have as many people and make the biggest impact we could. So we decided to have each of our 4,000 school children in the county have the opportunity to help decorate the bell. The bell will be dedicated and installed on the county courthouse lawn on November 6th. So we're looking forward to that. Continuing under good of the county has upgraded our website. The new site is live and can be found at countyoflpa.gov. County is making every effort to provide the taxpayers with access to each of our departments, create an interactive experience, and provide useful resources and data. So kudos to Calvin Moore, head of our IT. That also has been a long, laborious process, but we're making progress. Next, please continue to pray for our military personnel, our families and our children, their teachers, all elected officials, and peace in the world. Marilyn, any questions from the press?
Not today.
Thank you. Comments from taxpayers? Karen, anything from you?
I wanted to share with you that yesterday Penn Highlands Healthcare attended the Western Pennsylvania Regional Rural Health Summit, and it was hosted at Indiana University of Pennsylvania, and also featured the Pennsylvania Department of Health and Pennsylvania Human Services Department. So Secretary Bogan and Secretary Arkush were there as speakers, and discussing various items like workforce challenges, but obviously talking about the proposed school for osteopathic doctors that the university is launching. So again, many partnerships helping Penn Highlands would be involved in terms of a clinical aspect relative to those potential students when that school opens up. But as we know, osteopathic doctors are integral to a lot of primary care physicians. And so the idea obviously is if a rural community hosts a school like that, we're likely to perhaps be the beneficiaries of those folks becoming practitioners in our region. So just wanted to share that with you. It was about 120 people in attendance. They broke out into sessions to talk about all the challenges that are being faced both at the higher institutions of learning and also the healthcare systems or hospitals. So very interesting.
Good, great. Thank you for being here. It's
Sure.
always great to hear any positive news.
Sure.
So we appreciate it. Also, today we have Jim Chorney from North Central. Anything from you?
I can give just a quick update on a national conference that we were able to attend last month, and thank you for the opportunity to talk, but also thank you for lending us Commissioner Quisenberry for that conference. He was able to attend as North Central's board chair. And the interesting part about this conference is it gives us an opportunity to learn from other organizations like ours across the country, but it also gives us an opportunity to go and talk to our legislators as well while we're down there. So we had a great opportunity to meet with all of our Pennsylvania legislators, talk about some of the programs that are important to us and some of the issues that we see happening around our communities. So it was a great visit, and again, I think Matt had a good time learning a little bit about some of the things that we do, not just here in our 6 county regions, but what our organizations do nationwide. So we appreciate the opportunity for him to attend with us.
We're just a little bit nervous about sending him down to Washington. But he did not call for bail money, so.
How much fun did he have?
He'll get the expense for it.
That's
It was a
awesome.
good time to be in. Obviously, lots going on at the federal level. So for us to have that opportunity to be there in that moment, that was right before the continuing resolution. There was a lot happening, obviously, under the new administration. So it was certainly an eye-opening experience, but also good to see what North Central does. I mean, they're part of a bigger piece, not just within Pennsylvania, but across the 13 states in the Appalachian region. So we have a lot to be proud of, and we see what's in our line of vision, sort of in our fishbowl. But when you compare us to what's happening from states from Mississippi through New York, you can see that we're not any further, but we're doing good work here in Pennsylvania, and that's largely due to Jim and his staff. So we appreciate that.
Well, thank you. And we have some great staff there that do a lot of really good work. And you're right with it right now with all of the executive orders and everything else that's coming out. It's hard to keep up to date with them. It gave us a great opportunity to talk to some folks that are in the know and were able to give us some heads up on the continuing resolution and some other items. So we got to talk a little bit about some of the programs that are important to us. And sorry. One of the programs that I think of off the top of my head is our community capacity program, which I know a lot of you are aware of, and we stress the importance of that program. So we're looking forward to hopefully continuing it.
Great.
I'll just add to the fact that they've been a great resource for Penn Highlands Healthcare. We've had many opportunities and projects that had they not been involved and been a sponsor for us in terms of a grant application and we not sought or been able to do the funding. So they've definitely been a help.
That's great to hear. I know we're lucky to have North Central, especially right here in Elk County. So it makes it really nice partnership, especially with Commissioner Quisenberry being the executive chair. What's your title?
You can call me that, or
He likes us to call him, you know,
His eminence.
yeah.
His eminence. Great,
Also,
got it, thank you. Any other comments from taxpayers?
My name's Sam Browen.
You have 5 minutes, Sam.
You didn't warn any of the other three people that were participating.
You have 5 minutes.
So please don't try to squash my freedom of speech. And since it's on the record,
Calvin,
it will be noted. Okay? So we have a statement. Despite the statement by Commissioner Lecker at the December 5th, 2024 meeting, we are out of this deal regarding the litigation with the William H. Brown estate. We want to advise you that you are not out of the litigation. You are still very much a part of the litigation. That said, Mr. Brown, we'd like to direct you to look at the Brown versus Beeler case, number 96-329, that deals with the damage to our lease road by the Common Pleas Court. We ask that you carefully look at the participants and who the arbitrators were in that case. And Ms. Seco, respectfully, I listened to the end of your questioning of the commissioners at that meeting, and we want to make it clear to the public that absolutely no 911 calls go through the communications towers, and you testified to that in court. So we need the public to understand that. There's been a lot of misinformation, and that's it. And I'll let Terry say her piece. And how much time did I use?
Minute, 40 seconds.
Okay, and so.
You can have the rest if you
next time,
like.
You need to warn everybody if you have to keep the standards equal for everybody.
Thank you.
I'd like to make a comment that,
You're in my
No.
line now.
your
our
statement
turn.
about the 911,
It's our
Towers,
turn.
I
Mr.
think is a false
Grubauer,
statement.
it's our turn.
those towers are used
It's
for
our
direct
turn.
911 communications.
911 telephone call, go through the phone system and the wireless system.
There's still a
Hold the-
911 tower.
Pull the
No.
transcripts, don't talk over me. Pull the transcripts from the court case. I have a statement to make.
You have 5 minutes.
I won't need them. You might need them to answer my 2 questions. Also, at the December 5th meeting, Commissioner Lecker stated that the temporary communications tower, pictured here, buried in a snowbank, located next to the Broward Oil and Gas Lease Road, would be moved. The new site that the county purchased in December on Stony Hill Road has been cleared for 2 months. I drove up by there this morning, not a single person working. My first question is, when do you plan to move the tower? And my second question is, there's $3.1 million of art money that was reported in November of 2024 available, and part of that money was going to go for the new tower in Jones Township. Has the federal government asked you to send any of that money back?
Public comment is not a time for interrogation. Ma'am, you are represented by an attorney in the lawsuit. The county is represented as well. You are not going to turn this into a deposition.
Well, we don't have to.
We are not answering questions. Continue with your comments.
You don't have to answer that.
Thank
Okay, I posed my 2 questions.
If you don't want to
In
answer,
the public forum on the record, Commissioner Lecker, you stated that the oil and gas, the tower on the oil and gas lease road was going to be moved. You told that to Marilyn. It's still sitting there. It's been covered in snow for months and months and months. So I'm just asking you what you said in the public forum. So are you going to answer my question or decline to answer?
I advise you not to answer any
Okay.
questions during public comment.
Okay, that's fine. My second question. There's $3.1 million of art money at the end of the year as reported in the PA Spotlight. Has the federal government asked for any of that money to be returned?
And again, these are just comments. We're
Or just
accepting.
comments, yeah.
Okay, well, thank you.
Has the federal government asked for any of the money to be returned?
I don't think we can answer that on the advice of our council.
Okay, good enough.
We'll see.
It's on the record.
Okay, we'll see you at the next meeting. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, any other comments from taxpayers? Look for a motion to adjourn. Yeah, 5 minutes if you do. Motion to
So
adjourn.
moved.
So moved. Meeting adjourned. Our next meeting will be at 10 a.m. on May 1st, 2025, right here in this room. So thank you. So let's get a photo signed.
Distribution process.